morally reprehensible, there is a logical entailment within his worldview that we could end those people's lives.
Okay,
It's
I'm
just
going to
following
dis-
it to its logical conclusions.
No, it's because you're both speaking on two different morals. That's why
What
this
is
doesn't go
what is
anywhere.
different? What is well? Yeah, I know he's got different morals than me. He has none.
Because no. Because you like. By the way, I'm trying to steal Manny's position here. His position is value is in freedom above all else, and you're saying this thing has value, but it's not valuable to him.
He said it has less value because it's in the womb.
Yes.
And,
Yeah,
and the reason it has less value because it's in the womb is because he can empathize with the mother having to carry it in her womb.
No, he just cares about freedom of choice. That's all he gives a shit about.
No.
Right. So, okay, if you want to modify,
okay,
so if you want to modify this example for your Steelman argument, then you can just say, well, the people going and voting Republican, he confirming his bias for the sake of the argument that 100% they're voting to take freedoms away from everybody else. Then would you be morally justified in murdering them?
That's a question for you, Ryan.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was starting a live stream. I didn't.
Well, Ryan, you were trying to bail him out, but it's the same
live stream after you get cooked. That's strategic.
Only freedom of choice as it relates to when there's a fetus in you.
Well, even in this case,
Otherwise,
I don't think in this hypothetical it wouldn't be a necessity in order to kill the Republicans. You could do other.
Well, that's
other
our argument, though.
Yeah, there's not a necessity to kill the baby. It's fucking arbitrary.
You know,
Sarah,
I have bodily autonomy, and
no, you don't.
You are all violating my ability to not have a headache. Chat, I've tortured you all night, and I will torture you one last time. And mindfully, I will ask, we're going to raid Marathon Kev. If you could kindly send fucking tomatoes. Send Kev your money. He's got the best voice in the business. Love him to pieces. Fuck off.
Wait, raid me.
If you thought this show sucked, well, you could have been watching something like this instead.
What?
All right, I'm gonna get low with it, Michelle. I'm gonna get low there. Oh yeah, right there. Okay. Oh yeah.
Yo, listen up, I got a tale to tell about a sexy tomato with a fury from hell. All the other folks.
She's not the best looking woman, but she's very into submission. Really into it, so is the husband, which I like. He likes there to sit there and watch her get dominated.
God damn it. I only went live to... I literally only went live so that I could try to catch a raid. Because there were like 600 fucking people watching, and I was just giving Sarah content for 3 fucking hours of people arguing with me about abortion, and I was hoping to catch the raid on the way out, and now I'm... God damn it. Hang on, I'm gonna post my... I'm so mad right now. What the fuck? Where's my channel? God damn it. It's so cucked, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, that's honestly horseshit. Like, all love Sarah, but like that kind of sucks. Like, honestly, like I thought I would. Yeah, Marathon Kev. Look at that. That sucks ass. Okay. Good to see you, Clayton. I appreciate you in the chats over there. I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna spam that shit in her chat. Josio, I don't have a... Maybe I'll make a StreamYard thing. Hang on. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna do a whole thing now. I guess there's already 10 people in here. We'll see. Fuck Marathon Kev. Eli's coming. Oh, I don't have... I'm out of StreamYard hours, so hang on. Let me see. We're getting there, animated effigy. The moral grandstanding while calling me a fucking moral grandstand. Actually, I don't know if I want Eli to come on. Eli was getting a real... Eli, I think you need to breathe, buddy. You need to sit down and breathe for a bit. Let me see. I'm gonna talk to the chat for a minute. I'm gonna process. I'm gonna process for a second. Marathon Kev is a loser who doesn't deserve that raid. Fuck Marathon Kev. Here, I'll throw my Discord. Let me throw my Discord into the chat. Give me just 1 second, guys. Damn, I'm so mad. I'm like, I really thought I was gonna get that after. Like, I felt like there was a vibe going on that I was about to get that raid, and then that's why I went live. That's the only reason I went live, dude. Hang on. Here's the Discord. Well, Eli does need to chill, but I mean, I still might have people on. I don't know. I'm debating it. I also need to chill for a second. Also, good to see you, Mr. Green. Make sure you all, if you all just joined over here, make sure you like the stream and subscribe. All right. I provide you all so much content over at Sarah's. I can also provide you content here. Okay. Love that. Thank you, Casual Crypt. Thank you. But yeah, give me. I also need to breathe for a second. All right. Don't feel entitled. No reason to expect the raid. It's not that I feel entitled to Sarah raiding me. Like, I just thought that's where we were going with it. I got the vibe that's what was happening, and clearly there was a miscommunication in that vibe. Clearly I misunderstood the assignment there. I like Kinetic Kill as well, Clayton. Hey, Sarcastic Saint. What's up, Barefoot in Alaska? I ran a half marathon in Alaska. It was cool. Good to see you. Not that Christine. Post panel. Maybe. Again, I need to breathe for a second. I myself need to calm down for a second. I am also excited, but I think, what I said about Eli is also true of me. Yeah, the feeling is mutual, Eli. I would also have a drink with you. I think the most frustrating thing was being told over and over that I was moral grandstanding. When, like, I'm just explaining what I'm expressing my values, right? I'm just saying these are things I find horrifying. I don't want to put people through this. I would vote against putting people through this. And that's how I feel. You know, like, at the end of the day, like, that's just my position. I think that's okay, right? I think it's also okay that a bunch of Republicans on that panel and conservatives in general and a lot of other people have the position that they want to vote to make it so women can't do that. I find that gross personally, but I don't like the idea that I need to like make it illegal to vote Republican is like, as an entailment is crazy. Alaska is fake. Not true. I've been there. I went there. It's beautiful. I could see Russia. The abortion debates on YouTube are super low tier compared to TikTok. I believe that. I actually believe that. That's an interesting note, Brandon. Hang on. Oh, my chat's not visible here. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, but you know what? I actually have Restream. I bought Restream this morning. How do I show my Restream chat? You guys can't see yourself on screen, and I'm sorry. I want to let you. For the moment, I'm going to do a little pop-out thing. Pop-out chat. Copy this. I will catch up on all your chats in a second. Look at that. We got the chats on screen. I'm so sorry. it took me this long to do that. And I will have to switch over, or I plan to switch over to Restream because I got the Restream thing. I could have started streaming on like Twitch and Kick as well, but I haven't streamed on either of those in a very long time. So okay. I'm just gonna throw the chat up here for now and just talk to you guys. Let's see. I wanted to see you debate 10th Man. We've debated a few times, but yeah, I wanted to. I wanted to fight with. I would have. It's hard when there's like so many people going on so many different threads. Thank you, Clayton. I appreciate that. Josiel says you did well. I just think there's a few things you could touch up in your framework. Yeah, I agree, and that's why like someone will ask me like a hard question, like a hard philosophical question that I'm like, and I try to process it in real time, and sometimes I'm like. Sometimes I have like a better answer, like if I just like sat with it like a little bit later. I just don't have like a philosophy background. Like I listen to a lot of debates, right? And I've read a lot of stuff. I've argued a lot for a long time. I've thought about a lot of these things like pretty deeply. I just haven't like read all the philosophy books or whatever that I think they would be very useful. Like there's a lot of philosophy that would be super helpful. Thank you so much, Clayton, for the 279. Thank you so much, the Canadian. Love that. Thank you. Seriously, it means the world. Let me click the little heart. Love that. Thank you so much. But yeah, I agree, Josiel. I definitely. I have a lot to learn. In fact, we have a saying over here. If you're new, we have a saying over at the Radical Coder channel. It's called "Learning is radical." All right, learning is radical. I say it all the time. Tell you what, if we do get I'll stream for like maybe an hour. But if we do get 10 super chats, I'm going to put Teal for the next hour. If we get 10 of those, then I will open up a panel within the hour. So you guys, if that's what you want, you know what to do. The goal is started. Let's see. Russia is fake. What's your favorite beer? The next one. True. I like I honestly like beer, but I like Trulies and like White Claw and shit more. But I'll drink like a Corona or even like a Bud Light, you know, maybe a Yingling. I could do a PBR. I could do a nice PBR. Yingling's dope. Stella. I'm a big Stella fan, actually. I really like Stella. Stella Artois is really good. And there's that All-Time Low song. Any All-Time Low fans in the chat? Stella, won't you take me home? What a banger. Josh says, am I correct in saying you aren't saying being pregnant is horrifying, but rather being pregnant when you don't want to be would be horrific? Exactly, Josh. And in fact, I think there's probably a lot of times when people are talking over me, but I was saying that like over and over. I was trying to say that over and over. Like, I don't like people, because every time I say that, I say, oh, well, like being pregnant would be horrific against your will. And they're like, you think being pregnant's horrible? It's not that bad. And I'm like, okay, being pregnant, when you have decided, like when you've come to a reasonable decision that you don't want to be pregnant, that sounds fucking horrifying to me. That's what it sounds for. Don't listen to Nightbot, Josiel. We love the Dear Maria. Count me in. You have been counted in. Josiel, you will fit in. I don't know how many like huge pop punk fans I have in my audience, but I should. That's core to my deep in here. That's deep in my heart of hearts. Casual Crip says, I'm a cheap beer kind of person. I don't like IPAs or micro beers. Yeah, I don't care for like fancy beers so much. Denali's already seen the first snow of the fall. Is that in Alaska? I don't even know. I only know like Skagway and Juneau. Def Not says, I dropped off when I realized it was going to be abortion for the rest of the night. Plus, I kept getting kicked. I think maybe I'm your kick cushion. Yeah, you definitely helped. I'm so sorry. I know you don't care about the abortion topic. I wanted to debate like feminism and secularism, but then like Cure made that comment about my position changing, and I was like, wait, what? Like, I don't think it's changed at all. I've just given you more context to my beliefs. I've just added more. I haven't changed anything. Barefoot in Alaska says, I'm smoking a fat bowl topped with dabs, not drinking anymore. Love that for you, King. I did when I was in Alaska, like hiking in the mountains out there, I ate edibles, and it was crazy. It was such a good memory. Just like walking around the Alaskan mountains, like just like a little high, you know? Eli says, Casual Crypt, I'm a gas station cocktail connoisseur. W for fellow cheap alcohol lover. Yeah. I love like a cheap champagne. But again, I just like Truly's and White Claw. If I get to pick, I'll go for a seltzer. Brandon says panels are a linear debater's worst nightmare. That's real. It's great for my ADHD though. I can imagine like Pisco. People like Pisco probably suffer a lot more in those because they like in an environment like that. But like I'm super happy to just be like, okay, well, we can move on from whatever we were just talking about and go into some other completely different thing. Like, okay, where are we at now? Right? It's all new to me every moment. Living in the moment. Very anticlimactic. Eli, we were trying to guess what kind of gas station cocktails you were slamming earlier. Got that from Sesame Street. True. Bro, in the Circle K Polar Pop, I had a Cutwater Mango Margarita in the XL cup. Damn. Halfway with the Mountain Dew, the rest with Mango Powerade. I got your picture, I'm coming with you. Dear Maria, count me in. So true, Josiel. At 8 months into pregnancy, an abortion is not considered a safer option than delivery. In fact, late-term abortions, third trimester carry more serious risks than first or second trimester abortions and are less common than delivering the baby. See, this might be true, but then I would just wonder, like, why are women still electing to have abortions at that point instead of just doing delivery? Like, there's got to be more to the story. Like that, this might be true in general, but like, I feel like there's got to be more to, and this is a flaw in my own. Like, I should know more about that, right? Because I do debate this a lot. But like, people always want to go to late-term abortions, but they're against abortion, period. So I don't know why they focus so much on late-term abortions, right? It's because I do know. It's because they don't want to engage with me on whether or not abortion generally should be illegal. What they want to focus on is painting me as a moral monster, right? Which is absurd. Like, hell of a cocktail, yeah, for real. That jungle juice. It's a little bit my fault, if not. At a certain point, I had control of the panel. You know, I could have probably pushed and reframed. Dave says, "Let me just say, I struggle with abortion a lot, but the way the pro-abortion crowd argues does not help me." Yeah, like I don't like abortions. I don't think abortion's a dope thing. A great, like, it's just like. And this is actually how we got to that whole debate again tonight anyway, is that I brought up that, like, if you guys want to reduce abortion, which I also do, then, like, we can do so through contraception. We can do so through comprehensive sex ed, so that people know how to, or make sure they're having safe sex and deciding not to make babies. Let's see. 10 goal. Yeah, we got a 10er. Just a 10 goal. I use the edibles for pain relief. I'm disabled and prefer cannabis over pain meds. Sure. Yeah, I have tendonitis in my hand, and when I lived in Seattle for a few months, and damn, was that the best? Like, the least my hand bothered me was during that period. Eli says, Ryan, we agree on something. Seltzers are my go-to since beer started to give me reflux. I'm turning into an old man. Fair enough. Infallible Foul, good to see you, says, most of them at that point are because of medical necessity. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ryan, if you have me up, I'm down to have a conversation, not a debate. Let's talk about arguments and try to steelman each other. But if not, no worries. Well, yeah, like I said, like, I don't know. This is like a decompression stream. But if people do, if the crowd wants it, they'll show us with the teal chats. All right. If the crowd wants it bad enough, they can make it happen. Barefoot says, Ryan, as a woman, I can tell you some women just don't care, and there are states trying to legalize after-birth abortion up to a certain point. After-birth, I don't know. I don't know that that's true. I'd be interested to read about, like, what's going on there. That might be technically true. I don't know. I don't know about that. I've heard people make arguments about that, but I don't know, like, what they're referencing exactly. Smash motions are bad. Smash motions are bad. I don't know what you mean. Conservatives only care about babies before they're born. That's what I feel. That's why when the one guy was like, would you, like, what if I just say I think it's whatever it was. What was that argument? The guy basically asked, like, where I said that he's like the first honest Republican. I saw you, Kanklemore, before you retracted that statement. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we got a 20 from Casual Crypt. Thank you so much. 20 towards the goal. 20 towards the goal. Thank you so much. Convo donation. Love that. Thank you. Seriously. It means the world. That's so cool. I'm still getting used to like being able to even get serious. It's like a new thing for me still, you know? So like it's I don't know, it's just it feels real good. It makes my tummy all warm. But yeah, we're chilling for now. Whatever the guy said was, I was like, you'd be the only honest Republican, because he's saying, I think he actually said like, what if I said I only care about babies while they're in the womb? And then I said that. This is true, Josie, or I guess $5, because I think the teal is $5, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's not. That's true, Casual Crypt. If we end up getting like if we are approaching the goal and we're just like a couple short, then based on Casual Crypts, maybe we'll let it slide. We'll see. Ejecting is bad. This is a good start, a great start. Like a baby would. Rob cheered on USAID getting cut, which kills thousands of kids. It's not about babies, it's about controlling women. That's a good point. Yeah, we should have brought that up. The USAID stuff. Although I'm sure that Rob has a depth of knowledge on that topic that he'd probably like grill me down and find some question. That's the frustrating a lot about all these debates, right? Like I need to go on the offensive more like this. I need to figure out like because I go in there and I'm like, all right, ask me anything, Hi, AMA. Ask me anything. I'll answer whatever question. And I do. I just engage. And in real time, I'm like thinking through the questions. I'm trying to answer them as best as possible. And then I get berated for that. True, Melanie. But they'll like they'll ask questions until they find something you don't have an immediate good answer to, right? And then it's like, you haven't even thought about this. You've never even considered this. You want to kill babies and you haven't even thought about this. And I'm like, wait, what? No, it's not. No. No, Duck's not here right now, Mr. Green. But we love Duck here. Ryan loves getting roasted to some degree, Kokomo. I don't even know why you want to deal with it, to be honest, Infallible Foul. For the love of the game. It's the love of the game, dude. I love it. Like Kokomo said, I love it, dude. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I like it either. I'm so stimulated in those environments. Like I'm just in it. Even when I'm like frustrated, even when people are driving me crazy, I'm just like, just feels good. I don't know what to say. I just axiomatically love it, Debating Corinth tomorrow and God's existence. I expect you on the panel. Perhaps. Yeah, what channel? I might join for that. Tomorrow. It's Saturday night, so I don't know. I might be out and about. We'll see. Umbreon and I may have prior engagements, but if not, if those fall through, then I got you. I'll pop up. Clayton says I razzed Rob that his channel has no join button for memberships, just like yours, Ryan. That's because you are on an iPhone. But if you go through Safari, and go to the channel and make sure you're logged in on Safari, then you will see there is a join button on my channel. If you're on an iPhone and you're using the YouTube app on your iPhone, then you will probably not see a join button. But we want you to have. We have actually just the best emotes in the game. We got the Angry Jiggles, Sip and Squirtle, Care emote, BB Umbreon, Shrek Care. We got the Cry Cloud. We got the Radical. We have the Umbricon, and we even have Low Coder, my little iconified version of myself. The best emotes in the game by far, and you can access all of those with a Radical Coder channel membership for as low as I believe $1.99. $1.99. Mr. Green says, I see the membership. That's right. We do have Radical Coder channel memberships, and I highly recommend people sign up for them. I love my members. We have 50 Radical Coder members right now. 50 members. That blows my mind. All right. This is the first time I've like really like leaned into YouTube like heavy in this way and been monetized at the same time. And like I don't know, so, sometimes we do a stream and we get like over $100 in there, and I'm like, damn, what am I'm making more than minimum wage streaming, Rask Wando, welcome to the stream, says engage yourself with some more books. Yes, I agree. I know. I need to read more books. I'm happy to take recommendations. I might not read the book, but I will likely like try to learn what it's about. Casual Crip says Ryan is good faith. As much as I disagree, I will say you argue in good faith. I appreciate that. That's all I ask, really. that's like, because I really try to be. I really like. I don't feel like there might be some times where I'm like I'll be a little sly about something, or I'm trying to like avoid some path that I see someone going down or something. Like I'm not saying, oh, I'm not flawless, if you can believe it. I'm not perfect. But I try. A radical grifter. We got to grift. We got to do the radical grift. I'll hang out with them and let them spend money to kick me on Tomato. Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I just come on for that. Like some nights I literally only go on because I know that like the panel is going to kick me. And I'm like, I don't even feel like arguing about this topic. I just know that like as soon as I get on, and I'm just like doing other shit. I just know they're gonna kick me, so I do that. Mato's got to stick together even if we just got done trying to verbally assassinate. Speak for yourself, Eli. Speak for yourself. You guys, I was not doing this to you. I was not trying to verbally assassinate anybody. Like I would respond to the verbal assassination with aggression, and as I will. Why does the Crucible have a join button? Interesting question. I don't know why. Maybe YouTube is biased towards Republican channels. I think that might be it. I don't know. That's interesting because I know that this issue happens on iPhone apps a lot, but I guess not every channel has the problem. I don't know. Casual Crypt says, for sure you see it. Makes for much more engaging back and forth too. Yeah, absolutely. Def Not says, I don't know about paying to get on anymore unless I really care about the topic. Takes $10, but she accepted $5 like a dozen times to kick me, so the math isn't nathing on my end. Yeah, you can so sometimes the dono goal is $10 chats. But the it's $5 to put someone down for 5 minutes. Just so you're aware for the future. But I understand, if you're worried about like as soon as you pay, you might get kicked off immediately. That's been my experience a lot of times. So, for fuck's sake, Ryan, recommend a book I won't read. Well, I'll read. I might read about it. Like, I want to if I learn. Okay, here's the way I see it. If someone recommends me a book, or if I hear about a book, and I learn about like the main things that book is about, and I can add. First of all, thank you so much, Kokomo, for sending not one but two. Look at that. We got a lurker. We got a Thorpe lurk. Thorpe TV just got gifted. Oh, we got the Thorpe lurk. Thorpe TV. What's up, Ben and Grace? My number one fans. And Glitchin got a gifted membership as well. What's up? Is that Ben or Grace or both? I guess it's always both. Yeah, enjoy your gifted sub. Enjoy your emotes. Enjoy your BB Umbreon emotes. Enjoy your radical emotes. Enjoy your little coder. Yeah, please gift more memberships. Nobody's perfect, and you gotta get slick when you get pinned. Bad faith is when people go against their own rationality just for the sake of derailing. Yeah, I don't feel like I don't think. Oh, I guess Thorpe wasn't actually lurking. You said, "Hey, King." I didn't say that. I'm sorry. You were already here. Also, Drop TF said, would that be a verbal abortion? But yeah. I feel like I'm generally not trying to derail. I generally like whatever conversation people are interested in having at the time, unless I like absolutely hate that conversation and I really want to like completely pivot to something different. I'll usually just say as much. I'll just be like, hey, I don't want to talk about this. Can I talk about something else, Yeah, Def Not. The reason that happens is because there's a line in the back, and if you get kicked for 5 minutes, if the panel, if there's just that many people, if there's just a panel full and you get kicked to the back, then in 5 minutes she'll bring you back up. But if there's other people, then it takes until someone else gets kicked. I know it's annoying. Yeah, we got Thorpes in the chat. It's all good. Everyone got to make their coin. No doubt. No doubt. Yes, I saw that now. I saw it now. I got you, Thorpe. Do you get notified when you win at the gift raffles? I'm new to this stuff. You should get like an email. Yeah. You should get an email. I usually get an email whenever someone gifts me a sub somewhere. Keep going with the memberships. Yeah, there's lots of gray names in chat. Lots of gray looking names. Not a good look for the gray names. A lot of gray names. I don't know how I feel about all these gray names. I don't know if I want to deal with all this gray. Just a lot of gray in my chat. I don't love it. We don't love it. We don't love to see it. It's Genjamin. Grenjamin. Well, good to see you, Grace. I hope you're doing well. Believe it or not. I've been, Grace, I feel like it's kind of funny. I now kind of, I feel like I kind of started orbiting like people around your, like the people you guys excise from your orbit. Some of them are pretty enjoyable, Why have you guys been back on Taco's channel? Who's Taco? I agree with Casual. You're definitely good faith in your love for the game shows, and I share that love as well. Yeah, for sure. Kokomo with another gifted membership. This one goes to Ride. Welcome, Ride. Welcome to Radical. You have been radicalized. Congratulations. Ryan, I give you props. You go up there against all these folks. Just know there are others out there that see it the way you see it. Thanks for standing up for us women. Oh, thank you. Not my circus. I appreciate that. I don't even do it. I don't do it because I love women or whatever, I just want. I'm not. It's like I don't know. It like I said, like it seems horrifying to be pregnant against your will. That's it. Like I stand up for trans men too. Trans men should also have the right to an abortion. You know what I'm saying? Stop judging us by our color. I can't help it. You're gray, dude. You look so different from the rest of my chat. Shame on the gray names. You bring great shame to my chat. I miss my red name in Twitch chat. Yeah, well, it's funny you mention that. I think the next stream that I do, I will be multi-streaming. So I do have a Twitch channel. For people who prefer Twitch, I do have twitch.tv/radicalcoder as well. That channel has not gotten a lot of care in a while, but I do have one. And I will be streaming next time. I will be streaming to both that as well as Kick probably. Let's see. Thorpe TV says, let me get this straight, Ryan. You believe abortion is murder, as it's killing of an innocent human. But you believe that murder is justified due to practical concerns of the woman, mental health, etc. That's basically accurate. Yeah, more. I believe that if someone's growing somebody inside of them, I respect I respect that they have the right to decide to stop doing that. That's like really like the simplest way to put it. But there's a lot of times people will say like, oh, you don't value the fetus, you don't value the baby. Like I'm like, well, I do. I value it less than I value the autonomy, like the decision. And it's not just bodily autonomy; it's like mental autonomy. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. I find bodily autonomy to be kind of a pigeonhole phrase. And I do think the child itself has some degree of autonomy, but it's like it's superseded by the idea. Like forcing someone to be pregnant to me just seems so crazy. Gray is the new green. No, it's not. Stop spreading fake news here. Screw the donos, do memberships. Yeah, or both. Last one and I'm out. Well, I appreciate you, Kokomo. Thank you so much. Yeah, we love Kinetic Kel here. We're big Kel fans. WKel. But you do love women though, right? Most of them. Not all of them. There's some women I don't like. Alright? There's some women I really do not like. What the? I need to abort YouTube. It's time. Remember, folks, don't know if you want to see me and Ryan have a conversation about the debate. That's true. That's the best way to make it happen. Thorpe TV says, seems horrifying to be pregnant against your will. That's interesting. Would you also say it seems horrifying to be a parent against your will? Yes, but like at that point, you can already give it up for adoption. So it's already outside of your body. I see it. It's horrifying in a different way. And you have at that point you have like, because I do weigh the bodily I do like value the autonomy of the child to some degree. Like at that point, I would prefer like instead of like killing it, it's outside your body. Like you can just put it up for adoption. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's horrifying in a different way. And you have you have a you have 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 you it's not growing inside you anymore. So like there's a whole different calculus is kind of the thing. If it's justified, it's not murder. I agree. But that's, I mean, I yield that term because people try to use it for like emotional leverage. Stephen Aker says, Thorpe TV, is murder a bad word, or do you have difficulties with spelling? Well, they might, I don't know. I feel like they don't mind using offensive words or whatever. Where do they get that right? I think rights come from like moral actors or people deciding what they want rights to be and then using the state to like enforce them and protect people's rights, right? Like it's kind of two parts. Calling it murder is definitely loaded. Yeah, but again, I just kind of yield it. What is murder other than killing the innocent? Well, murder, like, the issue with the innocent phrase, the word innocent feels so loaded. I'm not saying that like babies aren't innocent. Like they obviously are innocent. But it's like I think the reason I reject the word innocence is because like the implication is that like if they weren't innocent, like if they'd done something wrong, then it would be justified. Like I don't know. I'm not concerned about the sin of the thing growing inside of people. I'm just concerned about that there's a thing growing there against their will, you know? Oh my God, Damien, calm down. Calm down. So like if you have a 7-year-old and no longer want to be a parent, is it horrifying to be a parent at that point because it's against your will? Would murder be justified? I mean, obviously not murder. Like obviously you can put up for adoption. Like if you are so horrified about being a parent at that point, then like it's probably better for you to put your kid up for adoption than like, I mean, like we're describing a pretty extreme situation. Like I think it could be a really scary environment for a parent, like, or for a child growing up in that environment. I don't think we should kill them though. Murder is a legal term and abortion isn't settled law, so I consider it loaded language. Yeah, I agree, KO Dave. Kay, would it make you feel better if we just called it something less harsh than murder? Yeah, I mean, probably. He would probably be like, yeah, I don't know what Dave would prefer specific language, but for fuck's sake, says Christine. He sees adoption as the alternative in the case of being born because it's the best option. We question him on why C-section is another viable option in utero. Yeah, and my reasoning was like, well, number one, I need to read more about this, but like I imagine that there's reasons. Like I obviously there are women who have been in the situation where they have to decide between an abortion and C-section, and I don't know exactly what that calculus looks like, but I imagine there are. Like I would want to dig into that specifically. Putrid, sorry excuses for men voting blue for perversion and against biological women's and parental rights. What a weird and sick party of degenerates. Team Blue went woke and weird. Laughing emoji, female emoji, male emoji. Joe Biden and Kamala embraced the mockery of biological women, kept the borders open, and got innocents killed. Embraced perversion into our culture and institutions. Thank you for that, Damien. I appreciate your input. I disagree with your analysis there, but I thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Ryan is fast, speedy, very speedy. Okay, so let's say the baby can survive outside the womb, which can happen a few months before full term. Would it still be justified to kill that baby if the woman no longer wants to be pregnant? I think so. I do struggle on the edges about like what like if we had a situation where we had like a perfectly like we have an absolute like some vat that we can put a fetus in that will 100% grow like for sure. Like I think there might be a point where it would be reasonable to have women like do that instead. I would want to start with making that like an option and kind of see how that goes. But I mean, I could be like there could come a point in the future where I might lean towards that. I just don't think we're there. Murder is unjustified killing of a person, and a fetus isn't a person until it's born. Yeah, legally that's definitely true. What are the preconditions we use to determine the laws for murder? I mean, it's a lot of different things. Hey, Nikoti. They are pro-birth, not pro-life. I agree. KO Dave says, I'm not convinced about exactly when a human life starts, so I'm not sure I would call it killing at all. I feel like, I don't know, like, I feel like I don't know that there's like it feels weird to me to speculate about like the whole consciousness thing. Like, the reason I don't like the consciousness arguments is because even if it is conscious, I would still find it horrifying to force someone to carry that to term against their will. I still find that bad. Like, even if the baby's conscious, like, so that's why I don't. But I mean, it is an interesting conversation. I don't think it's like a useless thing to talk about. I just find it like there are literally there are laws being passed in America right now that are preventing people from accessing abortions, sometimes in cases where they need them. And I think that's bad. You know what I mean? Since it's a violation of his consent. I don't understand what you're saying there. Thank you, Clayton. I appreciate you. Yeah, I always see you in the chats. I really appreciate your commentary. You give me a lot of love in the chat, and I really appreciate it. Ryan, for what it's worth, if I didn't already spend 20 on Sarah's channel and super chats, I would have done for our convo. Come on, folks, let's get a discussion going. Sure. I mean, part of me is kind of hoping that we don't reach it, because I'm actually pretty tired. To an extent, probably Ryan's argument resonates strongly with me. The arguments you and the others offer don't. I struggle with abortion in a different way than Christians do. Yeah. Most people shouldn't be parents, so there's that. Maybe. I don't want to be arbitrating like who should be a parent or not. But like, if somebody definitely doesn't want to be a parent, that's a pretty good reason for me to be like, okay, don't be a parent then. You know what I mean? Let's see. Nicody, if they were pro-life, they would be donating a kidney and bone marrow. So obviously they aren't, and believe their own bodily autonomy is a decision not to do so. That's true. Honestly, my argument against abortion can be made by non-Christians. We don't kill humans outside of self-defense and capital punishment for a reason based on their humanity. If a fetus is in fact human, which basic science textbooks confirm, sort of. You cannot kill for reasons outside the same reasons you can kill other humans. Yeah, I think there is like a secular argument. But also you guys mentioned there's a lot of like atheists and agnostics that are pro-life. That's true, but there are also a lot of people who are pro-life who don't want abortion bans. Like, the pro-life abortion ban thing is actually kind of a almost like a terminally online thing. Like, there's a lot of pro-life activists. They advocate for the things I was saying, which is like increased access to contraception, and better sex ed. Because they don't want women to be in the situation where they are seeking abortions. It's like a supply and demand problem. Like, the best way to prevent that is by giving them the opportunity to make sure they don't get pregnant in the first place. You know what I mean? It is already an option. It's called premature care. It's a whole unit. They have incubators and everything. What would theoretically make murder more justified than having a preemie baby? I don't know. I'd have to think about that one more. But again, I would want to start with giving them the choice to do that if they want to, which it sounds like they have. So we'll see how that plays out over time. Chase the Chase, welcome. You say, I value it less, or you say, I value it less. I don't think moral worth is a spectrum. Once you have moral worth, you're equal to all other morally worthy humans. Yeah, I don't really agree with that. I think like you're more, or rather like, I think that more, yeah, I do see it as a spectrum, first of all, because I do value like, I just do value like a fetus less than I value a person outside of the womb. Like I don't have like a, yeah, I there probably is language for what I'm, like even if they were outside the womb, like I would, like, if I had to save a life that was like a fetus or a baby that's already been born, I still think I would pick the baby. Like, and I don't know if I have like a good philosophical grounding for why, but I feel like there's probably a reason I could identify if I dug into that more. Or maybe I won't. Maybe if I dug into it more, I would find that I actually don't value that, right? Maybe I would find that I do think they're all morally worthy, you know? I just don't know. They aren't addressing IVF and protesting fertilized eggs being donated to science. True. True. Speakeasy has 57 live viewers. We'll tell them to raid. Tell them to raid. Send them over here. Help me get to 1,000 subs. I just like to have a 10 to 15 minute convo to help you strengthen your argumentation. No drilling or debate. Yeah, and again, I would love to do that in the future. I don't know if we're gonna do it tonight. It doesn't seem like that's gonna happen tonight. But I really appreciate it. And Josie will like stay in touch. You join the Discord. I'm there. You can reach me on Discord anytime. We can set something up. I'm both pro-life and pro-choice. Most, again, I really think most pro-life activists are actually that. They actually believe in people having the right to get an abortion. They just want to reduce the amount of abortions. Which is like, in that aspect, I would be pro-life. I just think the word itself is like tainted. Kay Fellows is a great person who did a bunch of stuff about this. Like, she was like in the pro-life movement, but like the online pro-life movement was like, she would like argue against a lot of them because they're just like completely insane about abortion. Like, be like no exceptions and any, like a lot of the stuff that's like. Good to see you, Duck. Thorpe says, what if a woman has an 8-month-old fetus in her womb and she can give birth or have a C-section perfectly healthy, but she simply doesn't want to? She doesn't want the scars. Is killing it okay? Is it okay? I think it should be legal. Is it okay? Like, I don't think I would. I might like side eye. I don't know. I'm not even sure. I don't know. I don't think it should be illegal. To answer your question, like, is it okay? I feel like is a different question. I say do what you want. I will do what I want, but I think you're maybe making a broader claim there, or a broader statement there. They are pro-life, but okay, let's clap for Trump canceling Medicaid and SNAP benefits that would aid in healthy pregnancies and feed kids. Yeah, no, those aren't the ones. Those aren't the pro-lifers. I'm saying there's a lot of like Democrats who identify as pro-life. Basically, is what I'm pointing to, or even Republicans that do believe, or like probably like anti-Trump Republicans, like never Trump Republicans. These are the type of people. Like a lot of blue MAGA folks, probably. Look at that dono goal. For real. For real. I see it as ordinal. I don't know what that means. Not my circuses. I don't think everybody is justifying late-term abortions unless necessary. You don't just have to get an abortion, or you don't just get to have an abortion at 7 months because you don't want the baby. Yeah. Like, this is the thing. Like, the conversation gets bogged down into like, well, you would defend this, but like, what happened like initially when I was talking to Rob and like what I kept saying is this. We talked a lot more about it last time we had this conversation on that channel, but like. What I was saying is that I don't think these women exist. Like, these women who are like, I love aborting babies at 9 months or at 8 months or 7 months. I love it. It's so fun. I just get pregnant so I can go kill the baby at 7 months. I just don't think these women exist. And if they did, I would find them morally reprehensible, but I wouldn't want to restrict the rights of other women who might need those procedures on the off chance that these crazy women exist. You know what I mean? Like, that's what. Like, similar to how like Republicans like don't want to ban guns because there's some crazy people who have guns or who are going to do something bad with guns. You know what I mean? I think that's a decent analogy. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have to think that one through more. But right now I feel like that's a good analogy. Are there any reasons why abortion would be flatly wrong? Let's say a woman knows her baby is female and she just doesn't want to have a girl. Is that termination okay? Again, I might like morally. I might find it like. Be like morally uncomfortable with it, but it's not. I would not make that illegal. And we actually talked about that with Rob tonight. That was actually because he brought up an example of a doctor who specializes in late-term abortion, and he brought up an article where that doctor was being interviewed, and he brought up a quote where he said that he has done abortions where the sex of the baby was like I guess the deciding factor for the parents, but he was using it to say that, oh, this guy did late-term abortions for this reason. But I don't think that's what the article said. The article just said that there was this abortion doctor who does specialize in late-term abortions who has also done procedures for that reason. And I don't, yeah. Yeah, in general, like if you can deliver a baby, like I'd prefer you do. You know, if you're at a point where like if you've been pregnant for a long time and you can just deliver it, then do it. right? I mean, but I just wouldn't want to obligate it by law because of all the different complications and all the different. There's just so many things that come with it. Ryan, if we don't have this discussion tonight, would you like to schedule something? Either debate on Sarah's or convo here? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can schedule something. Absolutely. I don't know. Did you join the Discord, Eli? Let me Oh, wait, you said you said you're a boomer with Discord or something. I don't know if you're on Twitter or whatever or X. You can follow me there as well. I'm like the Radical Coder over there. But here's the Discord again, just in case anybody hasn't joined that. Rob Noor is mad at me because of no join button on his channel. I'm mad at you for that too. I don't know what's up with that. Grace, what was your main thesis for the modern day debate, sex debate? Yeah, I also want to. I fucking hate Emmett, dude. Emmett drives me crazy. He's like one of the worst people to talk to. I would rather debate Grace than Emmett any day of the week. Emmett just doesn't engage, like 99% of the time. You're obviously just deflecting. You know what I mean by okay? No, well, I'm saying something different. I'm not just deflecting. Come on, dude. If you think something should be legal, that generally means you think it's okay. That's not true. I find a difference between moral actions, like things I think are immoral, and things I think should be illegal. Like, I think, like, I was giving this example on the Raging Tomato panel. I was saying, like, I think that voting for Republicans right now, especially right now, is morally reprehensible. But I don't think it should be illegal. I think you should be allowed to vote for Republicans. I just wish you wouldn't. And I think that Republicans can have that position about abortion. They can be like, I find abortion morally reprehensible, but I think you should be allowed to do it. I think that's fine. I think that's consistent. Specifically said human life, not human species. Oh, yeah, it's you guys. You guys are going back and forth about that. None of them realize it's a slippery slope to let the government control decisions on your body. Absolutely. Or they realize it and they want that. All right, you guys keep chatting, keep filling up. I'll respond to stuff. I'm gonna throw on a tune while I go to the bathroom. But yeah, just give me one moment here. I gotta go to the little coder's room, so I'm gonna play some Orange Man Bad. Enjoy. A king's disguise while democracy slowly dies. What a banger, dude. You guys can hear that, right? You guys can't. You guys probably couldn't even hear it the whole time. Oh my god. You guys didn't hear the Orange Man Bad song. It's been playing. I'm so sorry. I totally cucked the music. Next time. It's a banger. You guys missed out on the Orange Man Bad song, but it's a good song. It's a good song. Yeah, my bad. I'm so sorry. Thank you guys for chatting anyway while I was gone. Let me catch up here. Even a guy like me gets lost in the fluff of the sporadic R-slur talk in these discussions. Oh, Eli just joined the Discord. Okay. Dope. Are you Kevin or Rocky Dirtwater? Rob Nora is a political deep state insider. Spread the word. Is that so? I'm good with if you are 8 weeks or more, you have the window unless you are ill or the pregnancy could kill you. Are there any other areas where you think something is morally wrong in the areas of life and death but should still be legal? There are probably like certain self-defense cases where I'm not sure I would restrict I would like certain self-defense cases where like your life's not really in danger, but it like could be in danger. There's like a chance, like there's a perception of danger. Yeah, I don't know. It's complicated, but yeah, I think so. Also, like war. I think sometimes like bombing is morally, is like morally wrong, but like I don't think that it should be illegal to like drop a bomb necessarily, because I think in some cases it would be moral. We're gonna have like moral disagreements about acts of war. But I don't think like all acts of war should be illegal just because I think that like there might be ones that are unjustified. It's complicated, you know? The world's a scary place, y'all. I'm sorry you missed the tune. We missed the tune. You guys didn't even get to listen to it. Converting people to being against abortion in real time. Uzziah says, do you think people voting Republican affects society worse than stopping them from voting Republican? It's possible, because right now, like, I really think there are direct efforts from the Republican Party to like stop Democrats from voting. So in that context, I mean, that's kind of scary. But I think there's better solutions than stopping people from voting. I don't. That's not my path. You know. I mean, I'm sure like if things got bad enough, then I might be pushed that direction, but we'd have to go really far. To be clear, people can have contradictory beliefs. Happens all the time. Yeah, for sure. Casual criticism, we call those people confused. Maybe. I don't know. I think people have people are still like figuring out like. I don't know. I think everyone probably has some contradictory beliefs if you push them hard enough on certain areas. I don't think that means they're confused. I think the world is a confusing place and things are complicated, and I don't think that we should. I don't think we should LARP moral certainty. I think that's not a good thing to do in my perception. Nicody says men have lost the window at 8 months unless it is detrimental to the mother's health. To carry the pregnancy to term or the parent's pregnancy is not viable. Men have lost. Is living and if human, but a few cells does not a person make, such as if you wanted to use the morning after the pill, the morning after. Sure. Permitus says, why are we streaming in the middle of the night? Because we were on a panel arguing about abortion until late in the night, and I wanted to hop on and fight about it, stuff. And kind of decompress from that debate because it was a bit much. Yeah, sorry you guys missed the sound though. The silence was actually peaceful. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Unforgivable. You guys be chatting. Especially Eli. Eli be chatting. All right, I'm trying to catch up. Trimming multiple branches of neurons after a dunce tomato night. No offense, wherever Sarah is lurking. We love Sarah. Sarah. Sarah's probably sleeping right now. Although I am a little bit. I was really hoping for that raid. I thought I earned it. I think Sarah was frustrated with me because the arguments weren't landing with me. But like, yeah, I don't know. Felt like I deserved a raid. Eli says he's gonna hop off, but yeah, appreciate you. We'll see you on the battlefield for sure. Yeah, I'll follow you on X. I'll find you. I think 50% of fertilized eggs never implant in the uterus anyway, so it would take implanting on the uterus to actually say it's the start of pregnancy. True. Oh, you're Rocky Dirtwater. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Be right back. Jumping over to Speakeasy. Have fun. The soy cuck liberal awkwardly headbangs to his AI brain rot or anti-Trump music. Laughing on with a microscopic live chat that cannot even hear the soulless notes that flow through his eardrums. Wow, that's really beautiful. Grace, you should you probably should go into writing. That's lovely. And Cody says, it's morning for me. I've had a full night's sleep and I'm starting my day. Yeah, it's 4:30 for me right now. 4:30 Saturday morning. His empty apartment echoes the empty notes of the artificially generated song as he rushes back to his desktop to avoid the silence of his empty soul. True. Thank you for that. Thank you. Enjoy your membership. Make sure you guys, if you got a membership, try out those emotes. We got some crazy emotes here. We got the Umbercon, which is cute. We got the Shrek Care. He does. Shrek Cares. Sometimes we get sad. Ryan, does the rectangle above you on the screen represent your soul? Dark, empty, pointless, a container with nothing in it, a void of sadness. Yes, indeed. Although, Grace, I gotta say, you might be projecting just a little bit there. Same time for me, Ryan. Get out of my time zone, Nicody. Eli says logic, reason, knowledge, truth, time, even social constructs like rights, justice, etc. Anything abstract and conceptual or not just material. Oh, you're saying these are things you categorize that can't be found in material nature. Yeah, I skipped through a lot of what you guys were talking about there. Casual Crypt says, contradictory beliefs. I'll grant at times people will have contradictory beliefs. It's complex and all that, but it depends on the belief. Some contradictions would invalidate truth claims. They could. Time is material, but I get what you're saying. Interesting take. I don't know if I even agree with that. Maybe I do. Shut up, Nightbot. Not that Christine says, I think Grace is flirting with you. Well, it wouldn't be the first time, Christine. It wouldn't be the first time. I'm tolerant. I am Thorpe tolerant, personally. I have to do like in small doses. I can only take them in really small doses. But yeah, zip it, Nightbot. You guys want to see my wiener? Here's my wiener. He's so sweet. Yes, thank you, buddy. He said, why don't we go to sleep, Daddy? No, wait. Now we can't see him. There we go. There he is. Look at my boy. Umbreon, say hi to the chat. He's like, Dad, I want to go to sleep. It's sleepy dog. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Aw. He's such a good boy. Let's see. I think this is an interesting question. I've only read the first half of it so far, but I'm actually really interested in what Grace is saying right now. Hang on. Does it give you any pause that you are welcomed into Andrew Wilson's sphere through Sarah, and I am not, despite the fact that you represent everything Andrew supposedly loathes? I think that Andrew, I mean, I am welcome. Andrew's actually has raised money and is potentially buying me a new tooth, which is pretty cool. But I think that the reasons that Andrew doesn't want you guys around does not have to do with your political beliefs. I do. First of all, I've been friends with Sarah for a long time. So I mean, like, I've been kind of a founding. I mean, I was friends with Sarah before she even had a channel. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense that I would be continued, like, unless like Sarah and I had like a major fallout, which it could happen, you know, like then I wouldn't expect to be ousted from her sphere. And Andrew and I, despite our ideological differences, we have amicable debates, you know. Ryan, you still there? Speakeasy has a panel going. I don't know if I want to hop on another panel. I don't know if I can do it. I'm kind of glad that we didn't hit the goal. Christine says, I'd be happy to not be welcome in Andrew's sphere. Yeah, I don't blame you for that. I mean, I got, like, Grid Motorsports last night kicked me from his panel because I told one of his mods to fuck off and eat shit. It was Agriopolis, whatever that guy's name is. A guy who's donated $50 like multiple times to completely boot me from panels. He was telling me not to interrupt on a panel where I was like interrupting less than almost anyone. And I told him to fuck off. And then he said that was rude, and I told him to eat shit. And then Grid kicked me off. But alas, it only furthers their disgust in him. That's fine. Can somebody spill the tea why the Thorpes are not welcome in the Andrew sphere? I think probably the main reason, like, if we go back far enough, I think it's just because they like annoy the shit out of him. Realistically, I really think that's probably like that's the main thing. Andrew just is like annoyed. Like, you guys just like fucking annoy him. When they absolutely wrecked J.L. Warren, interesting. Malik and I wrecked the Thorpes on the Steven Crowder topic on Tom Foolery's channel back in the day. That was a fun one. Come on, Ryan. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm pretty worn. I thought I had a lot more energy in me when I started this stream, but I also thought I was getting that big raid, and I was like, this is gonna be it. This would have like pushed me over the would have pushed me to the 1K probably. Last time I spoke to Andrew Wilson, he clarified he has a good reason to believe my father and I are FBI operatives, and therefore he must protect his platform from us. True story. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think you guys are FBI operatives. I don't think you have the capacity. No offense. Hey, Distinction. Ben and Grace are FBI female body inspectors. True. But on a more serious note, Andrew Wilson is a Christian nationalist. He thinks Christians should take over the government violently and enforce traditional morality at gunpoint, right? Take over the government violently? That's at least not... He doesn't argue for that. But he would use the law in ways that I would find violent, no doubt. And I do think... I mean, I think Andrew has, like, bad morals. I think his morals are nasty. I think he's a reprehensible moral actor in terms of political ideology. Like, I find his politics disgusting. I think the world would be a terrible place if Andrew's ideology were like victorious. I think it would be really, really horrible for a lot of people. So yeah, I do think voting for Republicans is morally wrong, including Andrew. I think voting for Christian nationalists like Andrew would be nightmarish. Distinction, why are you in Radical Coders chat at 4:30 a.m.? Let's see. FBI ops, Wilson is paranoid. Yeah, potentially. He doesn't practice what he preaches? Maybe. If all life is precious, then why aren't they vegetarian? True. Where are my vegans at? I'm not one. Oh my god, I stopped petting you for 1 second. 1 second I stopped petting you. It's actually only 1:30 a.m. No, it's 4:30 a.m. You're in the wrong time zone. No, def not. It's not 1:33 a.m. It's 4:33 a.m. You guys, your clocks are all wrong. 1 minute. I had to check my time thinking, oh shit, but alas, it's still early here. That's funny. Let me see. Who is live? Where do you guys want to go? Do you guys have any preferences? Wow, 50 members. That's a lot. Thank you, YouTube Studio. You're in the future. The real reason we're blackballed despite his FBI cope is because we pointed out that he is a hypocrite. He slams single moms for having boyfriends, stepdads, and having sole custody of their kids. Does he? To be honest, I mean, maybe he's adjusted this. But to be honest, I don't... Maybe because people started making that criticism of him, he's changed this. I don't know. But I honestly haven't heard him like anytime that somebody brings that up to him, he usually just says like, no, I haven't heard him in a long time. I can't remember the last time I heard him argue like against like single moms having boyfriends or stepdads. I think he argues that like he definitely says like disgusting things about single moms. I don't want to defend. I don't want to say here. I'm not trying to like defend Andrew in general. Like I think his worldview is like reprehensible. Oh, poor I'm Umbreon. I'm Umbreon. Wow. Oh. Let's see. Wait, I thought I just saw. Oh, Tom's still alive. I think I'm gonna send you guys to Ico actually. But I see there's more chats. I'm not going just yet. Material literally implies matter in philosophical and physics definitions of the word. Yeah, that's my understanding as well. His wife did those exact things with him and several other men, resulting in exactly the disastrous situations for those kids. See, I don't know how I feel about that exact statement. I mean, again, he might be a hypocrite for various things, but hypocrisy is just not like an angle that I really focus on. Respond to my point. Wait, what's your point? I'm sorry. I'm gonna before you leave. What, the thing about him being a hypocrite? Umbreon. Calm down, doofy. Chat has made me so hungry. It's definitely past Umbreon's bedtime. Yeah, for real. Yeah, Tom's still alive. That's Truthorpe TV. Although, not to... if you're not familiar with the Thorpes, I would do a little bit of investigation. A few he absolutely does. He laid it out quite clearly on the Whatever podcast. See, maybe that's why I don't, because I don't watch the Whatever podcast like ever. I can't stand that shit. It drives me crazy. I want to go on it. I want to go on the Whatever podcast, but I can't watch it. It drives me. Oh man, it's so painful. It's such a painful show. I'm warning I don't like the YouTubers that Ryan does. Whoa, hang on. Who do you think I like? Or like, because I guess I sent you last night to like Kid Not Kin. I don't even watch Kid Not Kin. I think he's I find him kind of boring, but I think he's like a smart guy, a good actor, or a good political actor. I think he's like useful. You know, I think we agree on a lot of things. I want the clout. I feel like I do well on the whatever podcast, and I want to bring Umbray on. I think that'd be so fun. I think bring Umbray on. That's why I was trying to talk to Brian tonight. I was hopping on because Brian was on Sarah's panel, and I was trying to hop on, and I was gonna be like, "Yo, can I bring my wiener to your studio? Let me bring my wiener to your studio." That seems awfully convenient. If you loathe Andrew Wilson so much, why wouldn't you be interested in his hypocrisy? Maybe because you want to maintain an invitation on Sarah's panels. No, I don't think that's it. Because like I tell him to his face on Sarah's panels that I find his ideology reprehensible. Like I like literally go. I was on his 200K like subscriber special, like on Sarah's channel, and I told him straight up. I was like, I find your ideology disgusting. I think he generally believes in the things he advocates for the most part. I think he can be like, I've said he can be like abusive in debates, and that he like will avoid talking about a specific issue because he thinks it's maybe a losing point for him. But yeah, I mean, like, I think I've been very clear. I don't think that would change my invitation. I just don't think like, I don't know. I just don't find arguments from hypocrisy to be very compelling, because I just like when I'm thinking about like political debates and stuff online, like I just don't care about like when things get like too personal. It's just like who cares about this? I'm talking about stuff that's like the conversations are bigger than all of us, and I'm just less interested in like going after individual actors unless they're like doing something really horrible. I understand that he's a network, but I would think a liberal truth teller like you would uphold his morals rather than ignoring uncomfortable truths for the sake of clout. I don't feel like I do that. I feel like I stand on fucking business. I just love the game. I love how nerdy these rabbit hole late night chats can get. My girl's like, "What the fuck are you arguing about now?" True. Oh, you don't like Andrew? I don't like Andrew. I don't like Andrew. I mean, okay, look, I am amicable with Andrew, like person to person. Like I would probably have a beer with him. But I would have a beer with like a lot of fucked up. I would have a beer with the Thorpes. You know, like I don't know. I don't have like I have a really high bar or a low bar for high tolerance for crazy, and I mean that in a lot of different senses. I come from a Republican family. Like I don't hate people who are MAGA. I hate MAGA. But I don't necessarily hate people who are MAGA. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't like Andrew as like a content creator. I don't watch his content unless it's a debate that I want to get involved in. Grace Thorpe and Radical Coders chat talking about Andrew Wilson, very 2023 coded. That's so real. That's so real. Wilson will use his buying you a tooth forever. Should work out a payment plan. I mean, like the thing is, I don't care if he uses it. Like, if I get a tooth out of it, like it's only a win-win for me. Like, and like Andrew's like a pretty big creator at this point. He goes on like the Whatever podcast, which has millions of viewers or millions of subscribers, probably millions of viewers. Like, if Andrew's like bragging about buying me a tooth, that only benefits me. Like I don't know, just like who cares? You don't actually challenge Wilson so you can get his clout, and he tolerates you because you're easy to beat down on. It's a codependent relationship. Maybe so. I feel like I do my best, you know. Maybe I'm not doing enough, but I feel like I stand my ground when I'm debating him. I feel like I don't feel like I'm inauthentic or I pull any punches. A complete philosophical understanding of time. Oh, that's basic bitch. Google is wrong. Based Ryan. Beer with Hitler? Maybe I would. I wouldn't want Andrew's clout. I don't want his clout directly. I want the clout that comes from challenging Andrew. That's what I want. I want people who don't like. I like people who. Well, I like people who just like love the game, like people who just love political debate. I think that's part of my audience, but also people who want people standing up against Andrew. I think those are people who I want to find my channel. So your test has succeeded, Duck. Your test arrays and curly braces are succeeding. Has it ever occurred to you that your pro-choice position completely endorses the pro-life position due to its weakness? You concede everything and just say, anyways, the answer is murder. Endorses the pro-life position due to its weakness. I don't think so. I don't think it does. A Radical Coderverse 5 video? That'd be dope. You mean like the I don't know if you're referencing like a specific show besides like in a Modern Day Debate and Jubilee do stuff like that. I would do that. Oh. Yeah, I gotta refresh my chat. Duck Duck Goose? Yeah, I don't think I understand what you're saying there, Thorpe. When you tell people to investigate us, aren't you asking them to pry into our personal life and allegations against us, and yet suddenly you don't feel comfortable when I bring up something personal about Andrew? No, I'm not telling anybody to investigate your personal life. Well, except for in the context of like the difference is your content is your personal life. Hang on, buddy. So like the issue is that you guys, you know, and look, I have a high tolerance for the Thorpes, but you guys are kind of fucking toxic, right? Like, let's be real here. You guys are kind of fucking toxic, and like a lot of people, after they interact with you for a little bit, they don't want to keep interacting with you, and for a lot of different reasons, and you know whether it's justified or not, that's the fact. And so I want people, Defnot, I think, is pretty new to a lot of these spaces from what I can tell. And I just want her to make sure, just investigate what she's stepping into. I'm not saying dig into the Thorpes as people, dig into their, fucking, like dox them and shit. I just mean, like, look into their content. And make your own choices. I am still here, Clayton, but not for much longer. I'm about to go. I already set up a raid and everything. You really, Eli? You really think feds are like watching Radical Coder at 5 a.m.? Like, you think that's like what the FBI has assigned them to do, to watch Radical Coder streams? I mean, I'd be flattered as fuck, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Umbreon. He says, I want to go play. He's not even sleepy anymore. If he was sleepy, he'd just go lay down. The Thorpes actually hold the record for the most 2-episode shows on YouTube. That's probably true. That's kind of funny. I doubt all the conservative men would be pro-life if they were the ones able to get pregnant. No doubt, dude. No doubt. The difference is we've been upfront about our personal life, and Andrew and Rachel hide their personal life, which shows them to be hypocritical and blackball those pointing out the hypocrisy. Well, maybe. Go tell it to them, dude. I just don't care about that. I just don't care about their personal lives. I don't care about your personal lives, except for like in what you put out there, you know? Like I liked the content initially. Like I liked what you guys were doing. I can't really watch you guys anymore. They might be watching. Yeah, the FBI. I do not think the federal government allocates resources well at all. Fair play, Eli. Fair play, Eli. And Follow Fell says, when do you think a fetus becomes life? I don't know. I think it kind of is life. It's kind of always life. I think the question is whether... The question about consciousness is generally we're trying to identify is when we think it should supersede the autonomy of the person that it's growing inside of. That's what that question is normally about. And I don't know that there's a point. I don't know that like consciousness or whatever. Like I don't know if any of these things actually make me value it over that. So that's why I generally just yield that. I'm like whatever. Like it's a human. Like what else is it gonna be? It's not a jellyfish. It's not a dolphin. But you think it's wrong to look into the Wilsons' personal content or make choices based on that? No, I don't. Your opinion on the Wilsons is purely based on their intellectual points, right? No, I don't think so. I just think it's different. It's different in nature. Like their content is different in nature. I think the Wilsons are also pretty toxic in a very different way. And like, you know, like if I think actually someone in my Discord recently asked me about like the Crucible server, And I told them, like, I mean, it's safe technically. Like, you're not going to get doxxed for, like, connecting your YouTube account or whatever. But I would tread lightly. Like, when Andrew responded to Venti, I don't think that's wrong to look into. I don't feel that way. I thought the Venti video was crazy. I never liked Brittany Venti. But I will never forgive her for making me feel bad for Andrew for the first time in my fucking life. I'll never, ever forgive that. Grace, you're getting real transy. What the fuck? Andrew isn't that important. For real, for real. The question is, when does that life receive moral consideration? Well, no, I don't think that's the... Because I give it moral consideration. I just don't give it enough moral consideration to override the autonomy of the woman. That's the thing. That's the issue, and people don't like that. And that's why a lot of the panel that we were on earlier, like, was Rob and others just yelling at me saying I'm a monster. I hate babies. I love abortion. I love when people kill babies. I'm a horrible person, and I don't have any value. I don't value babies at all. And it's just like it's not true. Fuck Marathon Kef, he stole my raid. Wait a minute, what the fuck? How did Brittany Venti, of all people, make you feel bad for Andrew? She made a video about a... Umbreon, stop. She made a video about some personal events in Andrew's life that were very sad. And I didn't know about those. And Andrew talked about those issues in a response video. And it was very emotional. Like a very emotional topic. Go be an asshole out there. It was a very emotional topic, and I empathized. I thought it was a horrifying thing that happened. Why did I feel bad for Andrew? Because he went through a horrible thing. Like, what happened what we're talking about. I don't even want to go into detail, but like it's not really it's not content I really want to engage with. But like what happened, those who know what I'm referring to, you know what happened, and it was a nightmare. It was, I mean, a really horrific situation. I'd feel bad for anybody in that situation. So. I'm so nice to Umber. That's why he cries, because I fucking spoil him. That's why he's whining. I feel bad that Andrew is brain dead and his dumb wife wrote a book using ChatGPT. I don't think ChatGPT was really a thing when Andrew wrote her book. I think she actually wrote that book. I feel bad he owns a computer. That's why I think moral consideration is in a spectrum, and you won't be able to justify it showcased by the open panel. Maybe. But I do think moral consideration is a spectrum, or at least there's competing. When there are competing moral interests, we have to make a decision about which one to value. And there are externalities that can help decide that, like if one's growing inside of the other, for example. He wants you to watch the Venti video. We see you, Ryan. I don't. No, shut the fuck up, fella. I do not want you to watch. I think you should never watch Brittany Venti content. If you don't know who Brittany Venti is, I encourage you to keep it that way. That's my position. You are lucky, and I envy you. I am jealous that you've lived this long without finding out who that awful woman is. I don't like her. I don't like her content. Also, our approach to chat is much more similar to yours, open and not culty, unlike the Wilsons, yet you're cool with them, and make sure to let people know you find us toxic. Is Andrew toxic, Ryan? Yes. I actually said, if you were listening earlier, I literally said the Wilsons are also toxic in their own way. Like, I also think they're toxic. And just, you guys are toxic in different ways. But yes, I totally agree. Yeah. And that's why the thing I like about you guys is that you engage in your chat in ways like I kind of am. What? Look, everyone. I cannot keep neglecting my son. Okay. All right, look. Appreciate you all. Thank you for hanging out. Please subscribe, like the stream, Drop some memberships, super chats, super thanks, all that cool stuff. Go through the backlog. There's a lot of content here. If you're new, there's a lot of good stuff you should watch. But my dog's freaking out, so I'm gonna take care of him. I'm gonna take him out back. I'm just kidding. We love our boy. And I love all of you deeply, personally, and parasocially. And that's why I want you to drink water and never stop learning. Learning is radical. Yeah. Tell Aiko that learning is radical. I'm not going to ban you, Thorpe. No, I'm not going to ban you unless you want me to. But yeah, I mean, I disavow talking about that stuff. In fact, I'm probably going to delete that comment. But I'm not going to ban you. Just come on. Don't. Why you got to put me in that position? Like, why do you like trying to like get me to ban you or whatever? Like, fuck that shit. Anyway, love you all. Bye.